Nope, that ain't happening. What we have here is a monster ash log. Now this is not the stump log. This is actually a limb. The stump log was about, I don't know, about 6 feet long. This was one branch that went off one way, and this was another branch went off another way. And we're looking at, right there, we're looking at 29 inches with the bark to bark. Same there. I started counting the rings and I run out of time, but I think it's been on the yard close to a year, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I could bite the bark off of it with the skid steer, but it's still stuck on there. I'm gonna try to cut a couple of grooves and see if I can get the bark off. The bark is just level. Let me just show you. I got this log off of JC's property, my neighbor up here, and he told me with these deep furrows that it'd collect a lot of mud, and you can see obviously there. But I'm hoping once we get the bark off of here that we're gonna have a clean slate and gonna try to get it on the mill today. See what we can do with this puppy. I'm hoping that bark's gonna peel off pretty easy. But it may not. Mess with something this big has a fellow's attention. Because that fall on you. Have I got over to the stops yet? I can't see nothing. That would be a new. That thing got mud on that end. Got a little bit on that end. Boy, that's pretty. Can you see it? I guess not. Blade's getting a little bit dull. I'm gonna change that blade and then we'll finish getting cutting on this. Well, 2 hours later, no, not 2 hours later, but a little bit later, we got the blade on. Belt was just a touch loose. Tighten the belt up, clean the belts off. That's probably always a good thing. What I've decided to do though now, I'm gonna take this down 6 inches, pull that slab off, and then see what we do from there. Or that's the plan. You just get one perspective of it, but whew. We got a lot of log on this mill, I know that. I don't know, something don't seem just right. Let me check a couple things out and then we'll get back to sawing. I can't explain exactly what it is, but something don't feel just right. So I did have a little bit of issue. Things just didn't look and feel exactly right. Let me just show you what I had. If you have these ceramic guides, my bottom guide was too far up and it was lifting the blade, and the blade was actually riding on it. And now I've got it where it's just, it just can go down a little bit and the blade can come up a little bit. The other side I hadn't checked it, but I think it's riding okay. So I gone back in, reset these guides, got them tightening back up, and I believe I'm going to be back where I want to be in business. I know some people have put roller guides on theirs, and personally I've been pleased with these ceramic guides. Of course, you know, I'm not cutting professionally and not milling all the time. I might look at things a little different. Now the way I noticed that, when I backed the blade back off, when I got right here, I could see that the blade was high above the wood on that side, and it just, to my eye, it didn't look right. I don't think it was right. Blade is just stopping too quick, so I know that other guide's got friction on it too. I'm gonna hate to take time to do that, but I got to do it because that blade ought to be a whole lot more free than that. Okay, I'll be back with you in a minute after I get these blades guides adjusted, because I'm just not pleased with where they're working. Well, hate to issue another maintenance report, but that's basically what it is, another maintenance report. These guides over here, I don't know how they got off, but the top guide was up almost a full 1/8 of an inch. The bottom was hitting it, and the back was 1/4 of an inch too far back. So let me go around here to the other side. I loosened this nut right here and slid it forward to where you got just a little space between this and the back roller, tightened her back down. And so I've done very little maintenance on the guides or that roller, but I've done some maintenance now. Should be cutting better. I don't know, maybe some of you guys can tell me, but it seems to me if your blade's stopping real quick after you let off the throttle, then your blade guides are pinching. That's what I would say. That's so much more better. I don't know, it might be something you have to do every time you change a blade. That's nice right there, boy. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? Probably a man needs to take a 2-inch slab off right there. And then I'd be above the pith. If I'm going to do a slab, of course, the pith's right down here at the bottom on that. Who knows? All right, I've made an executive decision. Turn this up edgewise, take the edges off, 2-inch shelves out of this for above the work table. That's exactly what I'm going to do out of that. Expensive shelves, but the way that pith dies through there, I believe that's what I'm going to do. Man, you can saw a bunch of logs in the time it takes to do this. All right, where were we?
There's a man around the corner, he's been asking me for change, and I could use some. Think I could use some sometimes. All these things slow me down, like the concrete that's been sticking to the bottom of my shoes. Soles worn and tired have started wearing through. I can feel them heavier now. There's a hole here in my pocket, it reminds me of the way I
Now I got some flitches I need to get cut. Oh, I got that whole big other slab. Let's do that first. get these cut up here, and then we'll count up and see what kind of board feet we got out of this board. I didn't figure it up with a fine-tooth comb, but I think so. We got somewhere just slightly north of 200 board feet out of that one log. I'd say that's going to work out pretty good. Work out very good, actually. I had different plans from the start, but once I got into it, plans sort of had to change. Well, they may not have had to, but they did change. And I'm just going to dry this out for shelving material. But I'm thankful and glad to have it. Good day sawing. I learned a few things today, maybe something worthy sharing. I know one thing, that's a big log. I know another thing, glad it's done. I'll see you in the next one.